So they say in life there are two absolute certainties, death and taxes. Well, that's not really accurate. There's actually four. Yes, death and taxes are two of them, but there's three and four, which is never mess with John Wick's dog. And for Christ's sake, just don't mess with John Wick. I don't understand why these bad guys keep doing it. Don't mess with the baddest man on the planet. What is wrong with these guys? And with that, I'm working with another episode of The Road Mentor, where my goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So John Wick Chapter 2, of course, the sequel to the 2014 surprise action hit. Is one of my favorite movies that year. I actually didn't even, it came out of nowhere. I actually caught this movie when on home video after the fact, and I absolutely loved it. One of the best action movies I've seen in a while. Keanu Reeves was tailor-made for that role. Of course, we all know how he was an ex-hitman, retired, who was married. His wife ends up dying, and that dog that she gave him was killed, and they stole his car by someone in the Russian mob, and he goes absolutely nuts on the entire Russian mob. Pretty straightforward, but the action was really, really well done. Part two, the creative team is back. One of the two directors actually took helm of this movie, and let me tell you something, I absolutely love this movie. It is awesome. Now, with any sequel, of course, it's always bigger and better, and this holds true for this movie as well. And obviously, we have John Wick, who, and I'm glad they didn't kind of take some of the same route they did in the first movie. You know, obviously the first one was very simple. They killed his dog and he's out for revenge. And this one is a much different approach. They weren't out there killing his goldfish or his new dog or whatever the case is. He's actually brought back into this world that they created in the first movie, because he's a hitman, and there's some kind of a blood oath, a marker that is owed, so he has to repay that debt. And I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but now he's brought back up. He has to go to Rome to complete a job. And of course, as you expect in any John Wick movie, all mayhem breaks loose. Now, the action here is fantastic. It's so well done, so creatively shot, like great action set pieces. And again, there's a lot more hand-to-hand combat than in the first John Wick, but of course you get some of the spectacular gung fu action that you saw in the first one. Keanu Reeves is tailor-made for this movie, as I said earlier. He actually goes to a lot of physical training, fighting, and actually gun training, so it makes it even more realistic. He does a lot of his own stunts in this, so it actually looks a lot better when he's actually fighting. And to see him there, actually, I think, elevates the material. And this guy, I mean, nobody wields the steel like John Wick. He's a magician with the gun. It's so much fun. It's a little bit over the top, but not as much as what you get like XXX or Fast and Furious and all. It's a little more grounded, definitely a lot more graphic and intense, which I absolutely love. And this movie gives you so many good action scenes. Common, who plays one of his adversaries, they go at it a couple of times, and really, really well done action. I mean, and this movie is about 2 hours, a little bit longer than the first one, but it's so action-packed. It's a little off in the middle, as they obviously get into the story and try to set up what's going on with John Wick and why he's back doing what he does best. But after that, at the last two-thirds of the movie, it just really takes off from beginning to end. Really, it's action-packed. I had a big smile on my face. I enjoyed it so much. You're fans of the first John Wick, rush out and see this movie. There's no question you guys are going to enjoy it. And one of the great things about this movie is that they build upon, not just on the action, making it bigger and better, of course it is, but they actually build upon the lore that they created, the world that they created. In the first movie, obviously, we had the Continental, the hotel, and this kind of make this society of hitmen. There's something about it, something almost noble about it, And then the second one, it takes what that premise and it builds upon the Continental, how the global reach it has, and the international ties in. There's all little factions in there, and how a contract is called in. They get into depth with that in terms of all these rules and guidelines, and it kind of creates an order than otherwise what would seem to be a chaotic world for a hitman. And that's so cool, and it builds upon that mythology, if you will. And obviously it's set up for a third one, which I'm really excited to see. But and they did such a good job, and kudos all around. This is a great, absolutely fun action movie. I rarely go see a movie twice, particularly since the movies I get to see are free. I'm willing to go ahead and fork over my $15 and go watch it again. That's how much I really enjoyed this movie. I love a great action movie, and this to me is my favorite. And has become my second favorite action franchise, right behind the Raid franchise. If you haven't seen the Raid and Raid 2, must watch, fantastic. This is right under there. John Wick alone is such a badass man. He's a guy everybody wants to be. That guy's unstoppable, and Keanu Reeves plays him perfectly. This is his role. He owns it. And I'm sure they'll make a third one set up that way, and continue making John Wick. So get your shit. Give him a gun, wind him up, let him go to work. I'm all for it. So John Wick, you guys are gonna check it out. You should. Comment below, let me know what you thought. And don't forget to catch myself and my 2 cohorts on the Real Mentors podcast. We talk about movies, TV, have fun along the way is what we do. Let you know what you guys should be watching, what you guys should be avoiding, the news, what's coming up. And of course, as always, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.